a little on Trevor. I understand that, he missed a lot of time this year. Are you guys still trying to play him back into rhythm? Has that been some of the thinking? And
yes.
And just how bad of a way is he?
He's going to come around. He had a tough night. He'll come around.
Frank, you mentioned the defensive connectivity was better as the game went on. What does that mean? Like, what were you guys actually doing better defensively?
Well, our smaller lineups have been struggling defensively, so we're incorporating more switching, and in particular with off-ball action. And this is, with Golden State, the best off-ball movement team in the league. So it's challenging, especially when you have a guy like Duncan Robinson, the threat that he carries. So we tried a couple of different coverages when the first one wasn't working. And, like I said, you guys have to be really connected and reading each other on the fly at high speed and with a very small margin for error. And, that's what you saw with the way the Heat made us pay in the first half.
Frank, what's the plan for AD over the next couple of days before the next opportunity, I guess, for him to play on Tuesday? And do you know yet?
I don't know that yet. And, tomorrow he's going to get some work in. And we'll see how his body's responding. He'll make decisions at that point.
Russ obviously was fundamental in the comeback effort. What do you take away from his game tonight? And it seemed like a really strong scoring game for him as well. Is there something that you see about the looks he took tonight that built some of the confidence?
Yeah, well, we want to continue to encourage him to attack the basket as much as possible, and he makes great decisions when he gets there in terms of whether he has a finish or whether he has second side threes. I think he found several shooters on three-point shots, painted great situations, but also was efficient finishing at the rim. And that's what we want from Russ, to continue to attack. And in terms of the comeback, he's one of the great competitors in the game. So the competitive spirit showed up during that comeback.
Yeah. Frank, you mentioned belief and kind of that this team still has it. I guess how important is that for you to see enough of these kernels kind of as this team has gone through these ups and downs over this first, what are we at, 47 games? I mean, that there is still a belief that down 26, the game isn't over, that they'll play through the finish line and then something like that. I mean, that seems like, even in the past week, that seems like a growth.
Yeah, for sure. This group believes in one another. They know that the 82-game season, even if everyone was healthy, it was going to take a long time, potentially for them to gel and to learn each other and build a connectivity. And with guys in and out, it's been delayed. But, the belief in each other has remained strong. And, the goal is to continue to grow every day and build the habits that are going to, give us a strong run down the stretch of the regular season. And, the habits that are going to win for us in the playoffs.
That is Lakers head coach Frank Vogel right there. 113-107, the final score. Miami over the Lakers. I want to do a couple things when we come back. Number one, got a couple tweets that I want to read. And then one of the things Coach Vogel mentioned right there was the plan for AD when he returns. By the way, they're not sure yet if he'll be available on Tuesday or not. And not sure yet if he's going to be on a minutes restriction. So we'll get into all that coming up next. Stay right here. Lakers lose to the Heat, 113-107. Pete's Out Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN.
If you didn't spend time with Sedano and Cap this week,
you miss this.
Oh, my. Oh.
Super offended guy.
5 breadsticks for my triple treat. 3 layers deep. 10 Cinnabon mini rolls to eat. And the pizza plus another pizza.
Triple treat box, only from Pizza Hut.
The Rams are headed to the NFC Championship game.
And after one of the greatest playoff games in history, can you imagine? SoFi Stadium, the NFC Championship game, Rams-Niners. You want to be there to root on your Rams? We got the tickets, yo. Your only place to win is 710 ESPN, your home of Rams football. Listen all day Wednesday. A Rams Championship Wednesday with your chance to win tickets to the NFC Championship game.
This is the home of your LA Rams. 710 ESPN.
24 seconds with Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo, tacos or burger?
Burgers.
Pineapple on pizza?
Sometimes.
Favorite cheat meal?
Pizza.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Favorite Saturday morning cartoon?
Kung Fu flicks.
Funniest player on the team?
Dwight.
Teammate who thinks he's the funniest player on the team?
Nobody really thinks they funny.
Your favorite superhero?
I'm a Captain America guy.
I mean, you got to match the initials too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a Captain America guy.
This is the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show.
Highlights from tonight's Lakers game and your reaction on the Lakers line. Powered by Pizza Hut. Try the new Detroit style from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hi, this is Anthony Davis of your Los Angeles Lakers.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
It's time for Lakers postgame with Sliwa.
Now, here's Alan Sliwa.
Tonight's player of the game is presented by your Southern California Toyota dealers. We make it easy. 113-107 Heat over the Lakers. Player of the game tonight, Jimmy Butler, 20 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds. Had a triple-double. Duncan Robinson, huge for the Heat as well. Hit 6 threes, had 25 points, and unfortunately for the Lakers in a losing effort. LeBron, 40 minutes, 33 and 11. And Russell Westbrook, one of his better games of the season, 24 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds. He was 9 of 15 from the field. I want to hit on one thing Coach Vogel mentioned. Well, a couple things here. One, the struggles of Trevor Ariza continue, and Coach said that he's going to figure it out, give the guy some time. He was 0 for 5 from the field tonight, 0 points, 4 turnovers, had 5 rebounds as well in 15 minutes. Ariza's one of those players that I think you can only depend so much on, strictly because his age, how long he's been from a career perspective. I thought Carmelo was going to be one of those players as well, but you could see that Carmelo, his game, his strong suit, he could still be a productive player at this age in the NBA. Trevor Ariza is still yet to be seen, so we'll see how things eventually progress. Talking about if Anthony Davis may or may not play. Lakers threw out their status report yesterday, their injury report, and it said questionable. So we haven't had that in a really long time. We know how important Anthony Davis is to this Lakers team. I want to say after tonight, that's 17 games in a row he missed with the Lakers. So even though he didn't go in this game against Miami, just the mere fact that we're having a conversation about Anthony Davis, of course that's exciting. I think there are some Laker fans out there that have some faith of, well, when AD comes back, there's still a chance for the Lakers to turn this thing around. And I think it's probably safe to say that a lot of people are depending on when AD comes back. This is kind of the last straw for the Lakers. We've seen this team. They've struggled this year. They're a game below 500. Right now, if the playoffs started, they'd be in the play-in tournament. So not only do you have to figure out how to get out of the play-in tournament, but then on top of that, you're going to play either Phoenix or Golden State in the first round. We know how great those two teams have been to start off the season. So this is, you can, kind of look at this Lakers season and say it's all going to probably come down to Anthony Davis coming back and what type of Anthony Davis returns to the Lakers. Is it the one that was in Orlando that was basically unstoppable and was a big piece of the Lakers getting their 17th NBA championship? Or is it going to be the Anthony Davis that we saw earlier in the season where there are times you feel his presence, there's other times you don't feel his presence. There are plenty of moments where you say, yeah, that's Anthony Davis there. I forgot he was in the game for the first half. It can't be that AD, because if it's that AD, obviously then the Lakers are going to be in some trouble here, and this idea and this concept that the Lakers still have a chance to compete with the big boys, I do think it's going to fall on AD's shoulders and everything that he brings to the table. I was talking to Dave McMenamin. McMenamin joined the pregame show before the Lakers played Orlando on Friday night. And Dave said that some of their interaction they've had, that AD's, he's excited. He wants to get back out there. And it didn't, his exact words, it didn't seem like a player that was concerned or a player that was, let's just say he's looking forward to coming back. So I think the way this season progresses and obviously what the Lakers do from here, a lot of it is going to have to do with what does AD look like when he does come back. So whether it's a game against Brooklyn or it's a game against Philly or the game against Charlotte, it feels like it's going to happen soon, and obviously that's going to be everything for the Lakers. One other thing that I want to make mention of, if you are out there and you are looking at the NBA standings on a night-in, night-out basis, what this loss does to the Lakers, and just kind of show you how kind of jam-packed it is, if the Lakers want to get out of this play-in tournament scenario, they are 3 games in the loss column behind Denver for number 6. They're 4 games behind the Dallas Mavericks for the 5th spot. Again, if you want to get out of that 7th seed. And then the teams bunched together. Lakers have 24 losses. Minnesota has 23 losses. Clippers have 25 losses. And the Blazers have 26 losses. Usually you look at the loss column just to see how far back teams are from a loss perspective. 113-107, the final score. Lakers lose to the Heat. When we come back, we'll get a chance to listen to more of the players, get some more reaction. And if you want to be a part of the show, you can always do it. Hit me on Twitter at Alan Sliwa. Stay right here. Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN.
Lakers basketball lives here.
The Lake Show is loaded up on stars.
5 breadsticks for my triple treat. 3 layers deep. 10 Cinnabon mini rolls to eat. And the pizza plus another pizza.
The triple treat box, only from Pizza Hut.
The Rams are headed to the NFC Championship game.
And after one of the greatest playoff games in history, can you imagine? SoFi Stadium, the NFC Championship game, Rams-Niners. You want to be there to root on your Rams? We got the tickets, yo. Your only place to win is 710 ESPN, your home of Rams football. Listen all day Wednesday. A Rams Championship Wednesday with your chance to win tickets to the NFC Championship game.
This is the home of your LA Rams. 710 ESPN.
24 seconds with Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo, tacos or burgers?
Burgers.
Pineapple on pizza?
Sometimes.
Favorite cheat meal?
Pizza.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Favorite Saturday morning cartoon?
Kung Fu flicks.
Funniest player on the team?
Dwight.
Teammate who thinks he's the funniest player on the team?
Nobody really thinks they funny.
Your favorite superhero?
I'm a Captain America guy.
I mean, you got to match the initials too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a Captain America guy.
Age difference in those who are completely okay of not using a towel in public. I'm saying in public, obviously in the locker room. I never understood it. I never got it. I don't know if it was a generational thing. I mean, if you're in a steam room, bro, just throw a towel on. Throw a towel on. It's okay. If you're walking around and you're up and down the lockers and the shower and everything else, throw a towel on. If you're grabbing a drink of water, just a quick towel. That's all I'm asking for.
I'm okay in the sauna.
How about when they're having a 15-minute conversation? You're practically
with
in
one
the lobby.
leg up on the bench.
What are we doing?
On the bench.
What are we doing here?
Don't miss Travis and Sliwa.
Back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
After Keyshawn, J-Will, and Max.
on 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
This is the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show.
Highlights from tonight's Lakers game and your reaction on the Lakers line.
Try Pizza Hut's Double It Box. 2 medium, 1 topping pizzas, so they can choose what they want, and you get the taste you enjoy. Only at PizzaHut.com.
Hi, this is Anthony Davis of your Los Angeles Lakers.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
It's time for Lakers postgame with Sliwa.
Now, here's Alan Sliwa.
Points in the Paint all season long is sponsored by Vista Paint. Right now, local residents can take 40% off on factory direct high-quality Vista Paint products. A Vista Paint team member will show you how locally owned, manufactured, and operated since 1956, Vista Paint. Lakers lose the points in the paint battle 44-40, and they lose the game to the Miami Heat 113-107. Lakers outscore Miami by 13 in the fourth quarter. Not enough. We're down 26 at one point, so obviously the Lakers scratching and clawing in this game to make it a game. They run out of time against Miami. Let's take a quick listen here. Avery Bradley with the media. Avery Bradley, 15 points for the Lakers, hit 4 threes for the Lake Show. Here's Avery Bradley.
I think was working defensively as you guys made that comeback and a little bit even past 2 past games compared to how you started the game and Miami was able to build that lead?
I think the main thing was the intensity. Just a little too late. We not only dug a hole for ourselves, but I think when we try to match their intensity, the referees, I would say they weren't really ready for our intensity. It was almost too late when we tried to raise our level of play, but we were able to switch 1 through 5, and I feel like it made the game easier for us. We were able to make easier reads on the defensive end, and we're able to get stops and get out on the offensive end and make plays.
Hey, Avery, I got 2 for you. One, your right hand. What's going on there?
Yeah, it's fine. Just been dealing with it for a few games. I'm fine now.
Okay. And then you mentioned the referees. There was that consequential call late with you and PJ Tucker, and it seemed like you took.
Yeah. I mean, those I can't really control that. I try to make the best play I could for our team, and that's trying to get LeBron open. I think the referee noticed the play and called travel right after. So, but like I said, we can't control those. That play, one play in, can determine the game. And we came out with the intensity we had in the second half at the beginning of the game. I feel like we would have won tonight.
Avery, what's sort of the attitude level of, I guess, where do the defensive leaders sort of think about where this team is at on that side of the ball right now? I mean, the inconsistencies. You said intensity a week ago. We'd heard a word like effort. How frustrating is it that these are things that keep coming up?
It's frustrating. I mean, everything you just listed is how we feel. Everyone in the locker room. We have to be tied together. I feel like we're up and down. We're not learning from our mistakes. And as a veteran team, as a team that, is looking to go far in the postseason, I feel like we have to correct our mistakes and learn from those. And we just have to play better. And it's unfortunate, but tonight I like our fight, but it was too late, like I said.
Do you have any guesses as to why this stuff is happening?
I don't know. I think a big part of it is it's just our effort from night to night. I think on this team we have a lot of talented players, and we all have to buy into our roles. My role is to go out and play hard on defense every single night. There's nights that I feel like I'm not, and I want my teammates to be able to tell me so I can bring that. Malik is a scorer. We need him to score every single night. Melo makes shots. I think we have to understand what we all can bring to the team and bring that every single night and put that energy into each other. And I feel like we can turn this season around. We can win games, play better, more consistently. But it's going to take that. It's going to take guys being able to sacrifice, understand what they can bring. And, I know you guys probably been hearing that. But I think if we do that, we can be the team we're supposed to be.
That is Avery Bradley right there. And, it's kind of listen, I like listening to some of these veterans. Avery Bradley's been in the league for a long time. He's a role player. He's a gritty role player. He rolls up his sleeves and goes to work every single night. But there's something about what he said there at the end. You guys are probably sick of us, sick of hearing us say this on a night-in, night-out basis. There's probably some truth to that. I think ultimately at the end of the day, this Lakers team, it's very easy how they're going to be judged. You're producing on the court. You're looking good while you're doing it. Everybody is finding a way to be a part of the mix. Everybody is finding a way, of course, behind LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook in that order, to be honest with you. And we'll see if any of that changes for Anthony Davis when he returns. But that is what it's going to take. It's going to take all these guys understanding their role, kind of, it doesn't have to look pretty, but grinding out some wins. I thought tonight, even though it was a loss, It was a grinded out, let's make Miami work for it. And in the fourth quarter, that's what the game felt like. And, they dug themselves a 26-point deficit. It's incredibly difficult to come back after you're down by 26 points. Of course, everybody knows that who's listening, and the Lakers no different in this situation. So here's the upcoming schedule, Laker fans. Brooklyn coming up on Tuesday. Thursday against the Philadelphia 76ers. Charlotte coming up on Friday, and then Atlanta on Sunday. And then you got about half of the month of February before you go into the All-Star break. And before you blink, we're going to be close to March. And, obviously each one of these games in the standings is going to be critical to where the Lakers end up throughout the year. Appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight to the broadcast, that was a part of the show, all those that hit us on Twitter, on social media, everybody that's on all our platforms. Thank you to Michael Funches. Thank you to Will Orms. And thank you to Wilbert Flores as well. I'm Alan Slewa. This has been the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN.
Thank you for listening to Lakers basketball tonight. Game 47 of the season is in the books.
Lakers basketball on ESPN LA is sponsored by Subaru of Glendale, the #1 Subaru dealer in America. Lakers basketball.
Delivered by Pizza Hut. Get a large one-topping stuffed crust pizza, and we'll stuff the